Howdy! Welcome to the lunch table where we like our lemonade spiked. And hard to open. Woo!
Oh, I Ric Flaired somebody so good at work today.
We'll get into that. The man who Ric Flairs, that's right. The right-hand man.
Discount, double check.
Mr. Google himself, the master at fantasy. Drew, I got baby hands. Watsonizer.
Very hard for me to catch a football. Very easy for me to catch a soccer ball because those are smaller people.
They're easy for you to cut, too.
Yeah.
They're just so soft.
Been destroying them lately.
Oh, man. Where's
Look
it?
at that. Smell that.
Oh, that's ass.
That's this hand.
No, that's balls. And the man who's smelling balls. That's right. Your host with the most.
Gucci underwear.
I spend a lot on it.
I bet you do.
And it is comfy. It has a fluffy pillow for my nuts. And that's wonderful.
I get that for $5.99 with Hanes.
And it's breathable. It's like having air conditioning on your tank. And it's wonderful.
Oh, wait, you're a Calvin Klein guy, right?
I do like my Calvin Klein, yeah. And the man with fancy underwear, Carl Jones. I do like my fancy underwear.
Yeah.
I had an ex one time buy me
I like
sparkly-
your fancy underwear.
You do.
I've stolen them a number of times.
I know. It's impressive. They
Back
stretch.
when you were fatter and I was skinnier.
We're... Let's get into it.
Woo! Woo!
So who got wooed?
Big tall Eric.
Woo! How?
Yeah, dude, I was walking around the corner and I thought he saw me, like through the meat curtains, and
That just sounds dirty. He saw me through his mom's meat curtains.
he was in the back and I was in the front, and I was wearing bright red. Like, dude should have saw me, but he was looking down at the ground.
Right.
As soon as he walked through the meat curtains, I went, woo! He almost dropped everything that he had in his hands and everything.
We love the nature bowl.
God damn. Dude, I scared him like 6 times today. It's real easy when there's not a lot of people in there.
He's just not paying attention, or is it already
he's
creepy setting? Like, does that help? Is the setting kind of creepy already?
No, it's not. It's not necessarily creepy. It's you're just so focused on what you're doing that any external force is just overload.
Oh.
Like, I scared my boss a couple times today too, just because he had his back turned towards me, and I was like, "Hey, I got a question for you," and he's like, "God damn."
You're getting easy on your feet. Or there's no boards there, so not much noise can be made.
Yeah, it's all concrete tile.
Yeah, that helps.
But when the other guy's there, that guy's on vacation. When the other guy's there, there's 3 of them, and I try and get the 3-peat. I try and get the hat trick. I try and scare all of them in one day.
Now that's how you know you've made it.
Yeah.
You know you've made it when you've scared 3 people in a row. Then that's got to get around the office.
Yeah.
Drew's... He won.
Thank you for your clarification.
That's walking a tightrope. Dude, I had a third bay thought. When they tell you it's aged like meat,
Yeah.
like beef,
Yeah.
are they accounting for the time it was alive, or is that how long it's just been dead?
How long has it been dead?
Why not, dude? As a salesman, why not add on those 30 extra years or whatever? 10. They do it before they cook your meat.
Yeah.
They don't lie there, or they lie to your face there. They could put 12 ounces instead of 15, but no.
No, the idea of dry aging is to have the air affect the tenderness and the flavor by proxy. But,
No, it just looks moldy.
well, yeah, you cut away the moldy stuff.
You know what? You just eat raw meat?
No, you throw. Yeah, well, you throw the moldy stuff away.
That can't work.
You trim it. Yeah, and it gets down to the stuff that is not moldy. But everything is affected by the air, and the inside stuff doesn't get moldy.
Well, yeah, oxygen doesn't touch inside of the muscle.
Right.
I don't know. I would lie. I would add on that extra 10 years. It aged in the cow.
Yeah, but dry aging is like...
Oxygen was there.
Dry aging is like a day to like 3 or 4 weeks, not 10 years.
Nah, dude, some meat is old, dude. I don't know. That's it. Where's the phone?
He got like beef jerky on the mind.
Yeah, no, dude. I think I was watching something that was several 100-year-old beef. And some dude was just eating it.
I thought it gurgled for me.
Ooh, you making that? Ooh. So, anything happened good in your week?
I've just been working a lot. It's quite hard when I work and then you come home and Carl's a slave driver. Get this edited. Figure this out. We're good. He's an okay boss.
That's right.
Partner.
Partner. I don't force you to do anything.
Now.
Ever.
After I rebelled.
Yeah.
I Ted offensive your ass.
After I said something, I spoke up.
But no, that has been another thing. We got into a bit of a not a tussle. The tussle involves like physicality.
We barked at each other.
Yeah, we barked.
Yeah, our frustrations got up there and we barked. And usually it's over creative differences.
Yeah.
Usually that's how we solve everything around here. We bark at each other. And then
until one person's like, yeah, I don't care enough to.
Or
one who cares the most wins.
Or we walk away, then we come back, and it's just like somehow we found a middle ground we both like.
Right.
But usually,
dude, I can't tell you how many times we call one another like an hour to a day after we have a fight, and we're just like, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. I guess it wouldn't be that bad.
Dude, that's bro shit.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you're working creatively or close or whatever, you're trying, you get on each other's nerves. It happens. Little faux pas, little things.
But where I was going with this is, like, while I was at work doing the things that I had to do, I'm like, fuck him. Because you didn't text me, like, right after or whatever. I don't even know if you knew that I was kind of angry.
No, I really didn't.
And I'm sitting there like, all right, fuck this guy. Fuck him. I'm going to tell him off next time.
Fuck him.
I'm going to beat his ass so hard in fantasy next week.
I show up at your door, you're just like, what's up, sexy? You were asking me to strip out there, and I felt uncomfortable because your neighbors were outside. This is what this dude does when I show up.
They're old. They need a spice of life. See my jack-o'-lanterns?
I'll jack your lantern.
Dude, I sent you the pictures, but did you see them in
lick.
person? Jack-o'-lanterns?
Yeah.
Or jacking me off?
No, jack-o'-lantern. I'm jacking. Well, you know what? No.
Dick. I mean, you
Good.
that's
No,
like
I'm proud of
that's
you.
like a cantaloupe.
Dude, you could carve whatever face, or butt, or whatever you want.
Not a cantaloupe. If you had to pick another fruit to fuck, what would it be?
The star fruit looks interesting.
You just scissor it on it. Has a hard outer tusk. Would you eat it after?
Not if you finished.
Depends on where you finish.
Well, okay.
I mean, just like women, it depends on where you finish, man.
I feel like
go back in for seconds.
I feel like a star fruit would only be a helmet cleaner.
You need like 4 of them together.
Drew.
Yeah.
Before we get on more crazy topics, what game are we gonna play today, or what are we gonna do today?
I don't remember.
You don't remember, dude? It's something to do with TVs.
No, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
Guess things.
I have another story though.
Okay, go on. Can't believe you forgot what we did.
I was so excited about this story,
Go
and
ahead.
I completely forgot about it.
Go ahead.
I went to a pumpkin patch, which also doubles as corn maze, which doubles as like a hayride, and a whole bunch of cool things. Mm-hmm. And I went there with Morgan, and we walked in, paid, I think it was like $12, and you got an extra token if you paid another 3. Tokens are like 5 by themselves. So it was a deal. 15 for each of us.
Okay, for whatever fake casino you're at.
No, it's like a fall event area.
Oh, okay. Then you hand these coins for what?
To do certain activities.
Oh, activities. So,
Yeah.
like, if they had, like, bobbing for apples or something,
Yes.
you have to give a token. Gotcha.
So the main reason we went there was for the corn maze.
Okay.
And we took like 50 steps into the corn maze and went, we are not properly dressed for it because it had rained earlier
Oh, my God.
and it was
Is this
just
a muddy mess?
a giant mud pit. And I was like, do you really care about doing this corn maze?
Right.
And she's like, nope, not
Not in
really,
the
not with
mud.
all this mud.
Not in the mud when, and I can really get stuck and lost in maze.
Right. And I was like, okay. So we left back out the entrance and figured out something else to do. They had an indoor maze, which we were going to do at the very end. One of the things that I wanted is I wanted to use this token, and I wanted to go do the pumpkin blaster.
Oh, where they shoot it out of a cannon.
Yeah, an air cannon,
Yeah,
man.
they used to call me that in high school. The
Air
pumpkin
blaster, dick or lick.
I'm dicking it. That's a... What? Come on, dude. That's so dangerous. You gotta dig it down.
So we went to this section where the pumpkin blaster was, and nobody's fucking in the whole area. Nobody's there at all.
Nobody's fucking there.
Nobody. Nobody's there to be fucking.
Right. I wouldn't fuck by him either, but...
So we went to like the area which was next to it, which was a petting zoo, and I was like, "Hey, we were here for this thing, and nobody's here." I totally tattled.
Yeah.
Totally tattled.
Little brother move right there.
I wanted to do something, and they weren't there.
Right, so little brother you
Right.
came out. Baby Drew.
So the guy goes, "Oh, nobody's there, huh? Somebody will be there real soon. I'm gonna make a phone call."
Drew got someone in trouble.
So by the time I walked back to the area, people were there. And they did not kind of look happy at me. And we decided to do the pumpkin blaster, and I was like talking to the guy, I was like, "Hey man," I was like, "I'm sorry if I like kind of got you in trouble. I'm sorry if I tattled on you. It seemed like I tattled on you." It's like, "Nah, it's fine. It's okay. Whatever."
No, it's not.
It's not.
He's getting fired after that shift.
It gets so much worse.
Oh my God.
So we did the pumpkin blaster. We have some fun. Use our token. Shoot every hit of my... Yeah, the little tokens
okay.
I got at the gate.
Okay.
In that same area was a hayride, which is, one of the other things that we want to do. We want to do the pumpkin blasters and hayride in that area where nobody was in. That's why I got excited, and then I went to go tattle.
I had to go tattle. He wasn't there. You don't understand.
So we went at a weird time where we were like some of the only people there.
First world problems.
And we hopped on the hayride, and the dude goes, "Well, nobody else is really in the place." He goes, "I guess I'll just take you guys." And it was already kind of like a cloudy day or whatever. A quarter of the way into the trip, it starts raining. And it's an open hayride thing, like most of them are. Just a little further, it just completely downpours. And we are sitting in the back of this thing just drenched. And he's in a cab tractor, and I was like, "Hey, yo!" Like, trying to get his attention.
Right.
Didn't hear me one bit. Or didn't care
Didn't
to hear me
care.
one bit.
He's like, "That's a tattling motherfucker."
He kept going. Dude, this hayride was like 45 minutes, and it started raining like 10 minutes into it. And it's just a torrential downpour. And I have pictures and stuff, but by the time he got back, it like into the compound area, it was like a route off somewhere. By the time he got back in, I was like, "Yo, hurry this fucking shit up." He turns around, sees that I am drenched head to toe. It looks like I got like baptized. Like Farmer Boy choke baptized. Covered head
Christ
to
compels you.
Demon be gone. He turns around, looks, and goes, "Oh, I should probably go a little faster." Starts going faster, drops us off, and by that time I am undoing the chains myself and throwing the board down to walk across the platform into this next little area that's hit.
Right.
And the guy goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I was like, "It's okay. I know what I did." As I walk away. when I got in, when we first got there and I paid for the tickets and everything, there's a real nice gentleman at the front gate.
Yeah.
And as we were leaving, we were running to the car so that we wouldn't get any more wet. Not that it mattered.
Right.
And I walked past the front gate, and the guy goes, "Are you coming back?"
No. Oh.
No. I am drenched head to toe. No, I'm not coming back.
Never.
So we got in the car and left and shivered the entire way home.
Jeez. That's... Before I comment on that,
Yeah.
we gave advice out. Is what we did, Drew.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
Sure we did.
We gave advice out. That was the game today. Okay? We went on to Reddit, and we looked at their little help me little questions, and we gave advice. I can't believe you forgot what we did.
I'm just the co-host.
This is why I fly the boat.
Okay.
Dude, nothing worse than being drenched. This is why I hate water parks. That's the exact reason I hate water parks. I don't
love
like
water parks. I'm supposed to be wet there. Other than the fact I flew down a slide at 1,000,000 miles an hour and almost killed my brother.
We're gonna get to that.
I think I already told it.
I know. You broke his glasses or something. Dude, I hate it.
He still has nerve damage from that day.
It was a car wreck. They can't prove it. This is why I hate him. I hate like swimming. If I'm swimming, I'm fine because I'm all in water. All of
Right.
me's in a pool of water. I'm okay with that. Getting out with like just a thin layer of water in the air, hate it. Hate it. And that's all a water park is. Go have fun real quick. Yay. Now go shiver for 20 minutes while you wait again.
Thin layer of water, Dicker.
Where am I at? You gotta give me a location. It doesn't even have to be like a main location, but like at least a temperature.
In your car.
I'm digging it. I don't need it to live. If you're like the desert, I'd have to lick it.
Theo Von Desert for me.
Like a big bushy cat's favorite place to shit.
That's a good one.
That's what I think of when I think of the deserts. You know, the mountains sometimes look like people, and sometimes they look like boobs. It's weird. Sometimes they look like that cripple kid once that.
All right, come back to me.
His,
Come back to me.
that beat his Down syndrome.
Supposed to be real quick.
Yeah, I did. I was
Supposed
on a
to be
roll.
real quick. I know. You got drug in.
I know. It took me.
That riptide.
That character took me.
That
and I didn't know what
that
to do.
riptide pulled you under.
He's right in there. And I didn't know what to do. It was like an out of body experience. I was like, give me. It was like putting on Dr. Fate's mask, man.
Ooh, Dr. Fate, Dicker Lick.
I would have to lick him. Because I think I'm still getting messed up if I lick him. But if I
Yeah.
try to dick him, I'm definitely dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No dick whatsoever left.
His dick or my dick? Or did he destroy everyone's dick so it never happened again?
Does he have a dick?
Well, whatever body he took over does.
Does he really?
No, sometimes it is a woman.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's got to be your dick.
Yeah, you're right. It would have to be my dick. Wait, so like, am I screwing the helmet?
No, you're trying to fuck the body.
The manifested, but he takes my body. Or am I going back in time when he's alive and trying to do that? There's a lot of rules here. I need to know what I'm putting my penis in, Drew.
Dealer's choice. We'll make that one easy.
Fist the mask, I'll definitely dick it. Because it can't affect you unless it's on.
Oh, it'd be on. Be a helmet.
No. Well, it'd be on my head. It'd be on a head, yeah. Dude.
Imagine people breathing into that. That's what it's like when I have sex.
Nothing hotter than a dude breathing in your ear. Like a turtle having sex.
Yeah.
Drew, why do you think we're so great at giving advice to people?
People ask us for advice, even though we don't want to give it. Is that a good sign?
I don't know. People do ask me for my opinion a lot.
Right.
I don't know why.
I
They do
hear.
ask
I
me
hear.
for my
What do you
advice.
think a lot?
Yeah. What's your advice? And I guess some people go, it's because you're so blunt. I know you'll give me the truth.
People say it's because I'm so nice. Where even if I'm telling you something bad, I try and spin it in a way.
Yeah.
I
You
make a
do.
lot of metaphors too.
You try to soften the blow.
Yeah.
And lots of to me, I'll try that, but if you're not getting it, then I'm like, well, screw this. I'm not figuring out. I have one niceness level, and
Right.
if that don't work, then it's straight to this. Like,
Can we play just a small little game real quick?
Yeah, hurry up. Tickle my balls.
I want to know what you would say in this situation.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're texting somebody.
okay. No. I set the whole scenario up, I guess.
Okay. You're texting somebody and you get put in an awkward conversation where you want to know, or where you're trying to be nice about it.
Yeah.
I know this isn't your given forte,
Yeah.
but somebody says, like, my grandpa has cancer. What do you say?
I'm sorry for that. Is what I say. Of course.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Like,
Yeah.
that's horrible. Pretty much, that's it. Then let them vent. There's nothing you can say.
Yeah, but what if it ends there?
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Right. You say I'm sorry and then they don't text you back.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. And they don't text you. Well, nothing. They're probably going through stuff and you leave it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
2 weeks later, that same person texts you and they say, yep, they went in for these tests and it's confirmed. They have cancer.
Yeah.
What do you say then? Where you can very clearly see the last thing you said was, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and they say it again.
Do you say, oh, I'm sorry?
No, you say that's horrible news. That's tragic. But you can beat this. You know, just do what your doctors say, and I hope you get healthy soon.
Okay. Another 2 weeks pass.
Oh my God, and they're sick again? Well, they're still sick, I guess.
And they send you a message and says, yeah, it's even initially worse than we thought. Grandpa only has a week to live. What do you say to that?
You say that's rough. And you and your family needs to stick together. That's all you have.
Okay, so here's proving my point. You're saying the same exact shit each and every time. Just
fine.
wording it just a little different.
What do you want me to do?
Right. Do you want me to dive into it? Oh, my grandpa had cancer too. No, they don't give a shit.
You know what the funny part about cancer is? Is that what you want me to say? Like this drought, it can be defeated by a broccoli diet.
All right, Carl, you ready to get into this game?
Yes, let's get into the game. Yeah.
Howdy.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
On a
Drew?
scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate me for stealing that thunder?
No, I don't care. Drew, you ready? Mm-hmm. Ready to get into the meat of potatoes?
Yep.
Let's get into it.
We did well last time with this because, we really like to give our opinions. So we're going to answer some no stupid questions on that subreddit. On Reddit.
Yeah.
we're
Well, last
following
time
down the track.
we call it the advice column.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's our turn for the advice
Yeah.
column.
Ask the lunch table.
Yeah, exactly. They're just putting it out there, and we like giving our 2 cents. So
Right.
we'll give them our 2 cents.
This time we're going to do it together. And we're going to
Yeah.
form complex, complete, grammar correct sentences.
That's what we did last time.
Well, you talked and I wrote.
Yeah. What's wrong with my grammar?
No comment.
Oh,
On to our first one here. Do y'all lift your shirt when you sit on a toilet? As far as I can remember, whenever I use the restroom, I hike up my shirt under my arms to keep it far, far away from the bowl. I recently learned that my wife does not do this, and I realized I have no idea which one of us is weird. I think maybe I do it because I used to wear a lot of dresses, which is why you have to pull up out of the way, and I am more likely to wear loose or oversized shirts than they are. But also, I still do it even when I'm in a shirt that ends up fully above my hips, which I kind of guess makes no sense. So, do you pull up your shirt?
Okay, before I answer that, did it say wife?
Yeah.
And it said they were in a lot of dresses.
Yeah, I think it's a,
Yeah,
it's a lesbian couple.
Nice.
Nice.
Lesbians. Okay. You know what, dude? I always double check to make sure I'm not like sitting on my shirt.
Uh-huh.
That is something I have done.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I've done is if you're not careful, like you can kind of like if your pants aren't all the way down and you're not careful, you can kind of pee on them sometimes.
Yeah.
So, like, more importantly, I make sure my pants are around my fucking ankles.
Oh, yeah. All the way
And
down to
when
my ankles.
Now, when I sit, I'll make sure to hold my shirt up. That way I don't sit on it. You know?
Yeah.
But
okay.
once I'm sat...
Well, yeah, once my ass has made contact with
and the seal has
seat,
been made...
Yeah.
Yeah, I let the shirt fly. You know what I mean? It can go anywhere at once.
You also have to be really careful. Had this happen to me one time, and I've double checked to make sure it was at a gas station restroom where they just threw a toilet seat on, and the toilet seat wasn't the right size. So when I actually was dookie-ing, it like hit the bowl, top of the bowl, the rim of the bowl.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Like it was too large.
Yeah.
So, like, even though you're sitting on it, it's so large that, like, your poop couldn't go anywhere because it's hitting the rim.
Yeah, and then
like
it tried to leak out the side. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Just pay attention. Pay attention to your bowls.
So, when I find it awkward, like, I don't think what she's doing is really weird. I could see why someone did it, especially if you had to wear dresses or something at one point. I could see the fear. Because all you gotta do is pee on your stuff once. It only takes that mistake once.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're scared of it ever again.
It's not a warm and fuzzy feeling. It's
bad. Have you ever tucked your wiener, but not tucked it in far enough so it pees between the seat and the bowl?
No.
Dude, I've done that once where, like, you know, I went and I sat and I was doing my thing and I must have not tucked it all the way in because it was one of those mornings where you kind of got a semi. You know what I mean? And it just, like, it peed between the fucking seat in the bowl, like that little crack.
Yeah, okay.
Started spraying like out that way. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't do the twofer.
Okay.
I do the if and. Like if I gotta piss, like I determine which one in my head I gotta do more first.
Oh. Okay.
And then like as it gets harder to do the one that I've already decided, then I get up, take care of what I gotta take care of, do the other one, finish that to completion, and then go back to the first one that I did.
So okay. Let's say you poop first but have to pee.
Yeah.
Would you wipe before you pee?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yep.
You got to complete it all the way.
Yep. Well, no, you do it half. There's still some in you.
I don't get this.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you sit down, you got to go both.
Yeah.
You're feeling the pressure front and back.
Yep.
Okay. You let it drop from the back for a couple drops till you can pinch it close enough that you can let it pee without.
Okay. Maybe you and I poop very differently, but when I poop, everything evacuates so quickly, and then there's like that's in the first like 30 seconds, and then it takes me like 10 minutes to get the rest of it out just because I'm playing on my phone and having fun with it.
But something's still coming out or no?
I mean, yeah, it could. It depends on how hard you push. Depends on if they have a squatty potty.
Okay, but at some point you have to stop pooping to pee.
Right. That's about the
Is what you're
30
saying.
seconds. You get the urgency of the poop out of the way. Then you wipe. Then you get the urgency of the pee out of the way.
I feel like you're just wasting a bunch of time in this bathroom.
A lot of toilet paper, too.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why can't it just
I don't want to tuck.
just try it?
I don't want to tuck. I had a bad experience.
Okay, so when you poop, you're just letting your wiener flop out anyways?
Yeah.
It's not covered in the toilet?
No. I don't tuck it.
Dude, you sit back on the toilet and there's like all that space just to put your wiener down in there.
No. Not as a large gentleman, there is no room. I will guillotine my wiener if I try and put it in there.
Dang, dude.
I have large thighs.
Spread them, buddy.
Regardless, pants go around the ankles for everything here.
Yeah.
When you're in a stall,
Yeah.
your pants go around your ankles.
Yeah.
And yeah, as a bigger man, I kind of do like pull the shirt up a little bit. Not as much as they're saying.
So you do pull your shirt up.
Just a little bit, though.
She might pull hers up higher, but you still pull yours up. So
Yeah.
I would say
What do we
I
get?
tell her that's something that not everyone does, but it's not unusual, and it's honestly nothing to worry about. If anything, you're just being a little too cautious. You're being a little overcautious, but that's nothing wrong with that, especially in the pooping situation. Better than a streak on your shirt.
Please don't spell especially wrong. That's something that not everybody does, but it's not enough. It's not anything. Anything to worry about. It's better to be cautious and careful, especially when pooping.
There you go.
Good?
Good enough.
All right. On to our next one here. Who gets the 2 armrests and a 3-person seating arrangement on a plane? No backstory or anything like this. Purely up
What do you
for
mean?
our
Who
comments.
gets the 2 armrests?
So you know how planes have a window seat, an aisle seat, and a
Yeah.
middle seat. There are only 2 armrests, one in between the window seat and the middle seat, and one between the middle seat and the aisle seat.
Yeah, and then one by the window.
No, there's not an armrest by the window typically. And
Okay,
in this situation, they're saying that there's not one on the aisle either.
There's only 2 of them in the middle.
Right.
Okay. Then in that case, I would say the one who doesn't get the armrest is the one with the window seat because you have a wall next to you.
Right.
And that's common courtesy. Most people are right-handed. They want to lean with their right. You got the nice little window seat. You get to look out the window.
Right.
A lot of people want the window seat. Maybe that's the downfall of getting a window seat is you don't get an arm.
So you believe that the middle person has both armrests?
No, to your right. You have the one to your right.
So the aisle person gets the aisle and a right armrest?
That's what I asked. You said from that
We're going to draw
explanation. You said from that explanation the aisle doesn't have an armrest. And because we asked, you said the aisle doesn't have an armrest. I also asked, does the one by the window have an armrest? You said no. So there's only 2, right? Which would be in the middle.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everyone goes to the right. The guy by the window doesn't get an armrest because he has a wall. So at what point does the guy in the middle get both?
Okay, so you're saying that this person in the aisle gets the right armrest,
Yes.
and this person in the middle gets the right armrest.
Yes.
So this person, when booking seats, in CJ's opinion, you need to get an aisle because you have all the space and everything of an aisle, and you get the right armrest.
Yeah, but you also have to imagine, like, the aisle's not always the best seat. That's why it's not purchased first. A lot of people like the window seat. But to me, it already comes in with its own armrest because, like you have a whole
Yeah,
wall.
you can put it on the window perch. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it already has an armrest.
Okay.
That's why it's like, and everyone usually is right-handed. Now, some people that are left, that's on you.
So we banished the left-handed.
No,
people.
it's just like guitars. You just like, they're not really made in your favor, bud. Yeah, and honestly, like aisles, don't you have to, they get some type of responsibility, don't they?
Yeah.
Like that's like when you're in an aisle seat, don't
Right,
you?
you are the safety person for your row. You are supposed to
Yes.
make sure that each of those people.
Each one of them. So like, you get a little extra room because you took more responsibility. The guy in the middle definitely gets an armrest because he gets the worst seat.
See,
You definitely get an armrest for picking the worst seat.
originally I was under the impression that the person in the middle gets both armrests, left and right, because the person on the right has the window, the person on the left has the aisle.
But you don't need to sit like this.
Yeah, but the person, you just
Yeah, like this.
You get more room.
Like that. If anything, you're leaning. Like if you use an armrest, you're more leaning on something.
Yeah.
You can't lean to both sides.
So the person in the aisle gets the ability to get up and use the bathroom or walk.
Everyone
around
has the
whenever they want
ability to get
no,
up and use the
then you
restroom.
got to go dick to dick or butt to butt.
So what? You still have the ability.
Yeah.
But you get extra responsibility being in front.
Sometimes. I mean, it really depends on your airline.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, it's just this person gets everybody in that section.
Sometimes. Also, you got to deal with like everyone walking up and down. I don't know.
The drink cart kicking you in the shin as you
Yeah.
walk. Yeah.
Stewardess. So like, this has a downfall. The middle seat definitely has a downfall. On the inside, you get a nice little window. So your downfall is you don't get an armrest. Everyone's equal now. Everyone has a minus. I say everything leans to the right.
Nice.
Yeah. Make it easy. And also, to be fair, if you want an armrest while you were out here, you could just bring in your cane and have it on the other side, and you have a left-hand armrest. So I guess if you're left-handed, you should go into the aisle.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. And if you want to give up your armrest to the... Now, see, if you're all left-handed, it would be a different story. Well, I guess it would be a different story. No, it'd have to be left-handed.
We just bunch all the left-handed people together in their own, and then it's just the exact opposite.
Yeah, well, but the guy sitting here would be screwed. You see what I'm saying? By the wall, because he'd be leaning left. There's nowhere to lean.
Yeah, but then there's going to be this on the other side of the plane, on the left side of the plane.
Okay, so now we got
Now there's two runs.
Now we got to figure it out.
Yeah, left-hand people sit on the left side of the plane.
Yeah.
Right-hand people sit on the right side of the plane.
We got to figure it out. Better find a shit ton of left-handed people. How many fights do you think get started because of that?
Enough.
Just pushing each other's elbows. Getting ready to fight. One time, I was on a plane to Boston, and I made a little rose, and dude, I was looking not particularly good that day. Right, I probably told the story already, but I wasn't, like, no shower, my hair was a mess. I was rolling in with clothes that barely matched. You know, I'm already kind of grumpy because on my way into the plane, the TSA checked me several times. Put their hands down my pants. My chew can set off something. A bunch of problems. Get to the plane. It's like an hour. Maybe that flight. Like a little over an hour. So, like, my phone was dead. Didn't have my phone. It was dead. And I was like, well, why even bring headphones or whatever? It's only an hour. I'll find something to do for an hour. Plane takes off. I'm sitting by this lady, older lady. She has her feet up. Like, she seems older, but didn't have a ring. But her body language said, hey, I still act like an early 20-year-old.
Okay.
You know, click, 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 click. And she was typing something. She was like writing a story, right? Click, 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 click. I don't know what she worked for or whatnot, but she was kind of in a business suit with her feet up. And click, 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 click. And there was this really hot stewardess that would go by with a little cart, right? Asked me if I wanted anything. I was like, yeah. I'll take, something, water or whatever. Brings me water, hands me a napkin. What do I do with napkins when I'm bored?
You twist them into a rose.
Twist them into a rose, right? So I twist into a rose, and she comes by, and she's like, wow, that's awesome. Something, something. Can I have that? I like to keep stuff off of airplanes, like off of flights or whatever. I like to keep these unique stuff. I'm like, oh, no, you can have it. It's no big deal. And she was like, oh, you don't have a girlfriend or anything that's going to get mad about this. I was like, nah, no, you're good. And then she walks away, right? Then later I'm sitting there thinking to myself, oh, fuck, she was hitting on me.
Damn it!
Damn, right?
I was looking bad, too.
I was like, oh, and I was like, that's why I didn't think anything was up. I was like, man, I look like ass. I remember I have a flat bill hat on, and I do not particularly look good in flat bill hats because they're too wide for my head.
Yeah.
My head's very diamond shaped. And I just remember, like, she came back at one point. She was coming back, and I tried to redeem myself. Really didn't do it. And then I got off the plane like, fuck.
Could have had some Mile High strings.
All right, I could have done something. I don't know. At least maybe she could have flown me some places. I don't know. What's the next one?
Oh, let me tell you what we're
yeah.
going to write here. Most people in the world are right-handed. Each seat should use the armrest on the right. The window seat gets their own wall armrest. So the aisle gets the positive of an armrest and the negative of the busyness of the aisle. The middle gets the positive right armrest and the negative of being in the middle. The window gets the window as a positive and no armrest as a negative.
Boom. Everyone suffers equally.
Yep.
To me...
Oh, I should have finished that. Oh, well.
What?
I should have added that at the end.
Oh. Well, to me, that's what most equality is.
Right.
No one's going to look at most benefits of something. It's more like, well, I suffer this way and he doesn't have to suffer. So I think if you make everything kind of equally suck, no one has room to complain.
Does that whole thing change for you if the person in the middle paid $10 less for their plane ticket?
How would I know?
It would be common knowledge that the middle seat is $10 less. Kind of like sitting at the table at Quaker Steak where you get a 10% discount because it's a shitty busy area.
Yeah, it's by the toilet.
Right.
Nah. No, I still think everyone gets...
Still keeps the same?
Because here's the thing. I think the middle, no matter what, really sucks.
Right, it does.
You have no foot room. Most of the time, no one lets you have an armrest.
Right.
And you're sitting there like this. Like, it's just not comfortable. And, like, especially, I bet for you, being a bigger man, that's got to be weird. If you ever had to sit in the middle and you're like, hey, guys, just let you know? Like,
my stuff normally spills over the armrest anyways, so they don't get a choice to take it or leave it.
You know? So, like, and me, sometimes I feel weird being, like, this super skinny dude in the middle, you know? And I'm just looking around like, y'all can crush me. But I just hate the middle. And when you, at least by the window, you have the window. And when you get up, it's like the middle guy's going to be, like, tipped off. So then the end guy's already standing up like you're Gucci. You know? But if you're in the middle and you stand up, you might have to, like, do that weird thing over somebody else's leg.
Right.
Because maybe their foot's in your freaking aisle or something. I don't know. I just hate it.
The last plane that I was on, when I went to the place, it was a two-seater, a two rows, and it was me and this little lady. She was half the size of you, dude, and me. And I was just like, listen, I'm sorry.
Right.
I was sorry. I will try my best not to move for this entire flight.
This is what you tell her. Like, would you rather just switch seats?
No. On the way back,
Yeah.
it was a three-seater, or a three-ailer.
Yeah.
And I had the middle seat, and I didn't book this ticket. And I looked at the dude that was in the aisle, and I went, you want to switch?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah.
Well, what else? Like, I'm sorry, dude.
Either you have room on that side with that other person, or you have no room at all.
Right. Besides leaning out at the aisle for some weird reason.
Right.
Which would be weird.
I was leaning out the aisle.
Yes. To help them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. So, to me, the middle always blows.
Yeah.
So.
All right, on to my next one here. CJ, this one will be fun, and I really want your whole candid opinion of this. I mean,
Okay.
that's the name of the game for this anyways.
Yeah.
Why do people say that once you are out of high school, you'll never need algebra again? I'm 38 and I still need it occasionally. CJ, have you ever used algebra outside of high school?
I don't know. Give me, like, what's an what equation? Give me an equation.
Okay.
Like, it's algebra, like x equals?
Yeah.
So, yeah, sometimes I have, depending on if you don't know what you're dealing with.
Okay, so...
Like, business-wise or ordering things,
Yeah.
or you use a decent amount.
Right. So, like, you need 10 tractor parts.
Yeah.
And you need 10 lawnmower parts.
Yeah.
And you have to keep it under this amount.
Yeah.
How much can you spend for each tractor and or lawnmower part?
Right, which would then be, you know, X and Y, let's say. tractor.
10x
Yeah.
plus 10y
10y
equals less than
And
your
then we
amount.
got to fill in our numbers. Yeah, so you use it all time. You use it in cooking a lot.
Right.
When it says, you know, you got to bake for 5 minutes per pound. Okay, well, X my pound because I
Right.
don't know what I'm using with before we weigh it. So now we got to weigh it, and it's X times, you know, whatever that time is.
Right.
And that will tell me how long it's got to be in the oven. So it is used quite often, but I would never stop. It's almost used so common sense like that
Right.
you don't realize it's algebra.
Right.
You don't realize that you're plugging in these formulas and doing what you're doing.
Yes.
You know, I use a lot of physics too.
Yeah.
I do, you know, I use a lot of physics. I do that with sports and stuff, but it's almost in a way where you don't realize it's that math. But you need to know it. You know, you need to know it. So I would say it's hiddenly used.
Yeah.
It's secretively used. You don't realize how much you're going to use it. You don't even realize when you're using it. And to be honest, I failed algebra. But if they would if they would have explained it in more realistic terms to me, like we're doing, or like even with drugs, like anything, it doesn't really matter. But the way they would like explain it in school is very bad. Where if they're like, "Hey, it's as simple as, you know, not knowing
Jimmy
how
got
much."
10 watermelons and Billy got 5
Yeah,
cantaloupes.
well, it's as simple as you. All it is making an equation that you can answer once you get a certain number, right? And that's usually X. So it's as simple as, hey man, you know how long to bake it once you figure out the pounds, but the pounds can be different for everything. So X is X because everything's different in poundage,
Right.
right? With food. I think that clicks a little bit easier because it's like not every turkey's cooked the same because each turkey weighs different. So the weight of each turkey is X
And you have
until
to
you weigh it.
and you have to increase the whole equation by 3/4 when you live in Denver because the ovens don't work correctly.
Yeah. Boom. Because the air.
Right.
Yeah. As funny as that, as thin as the air, which makes me wonder because Mexico City's really high up.
Yeah.
Wonder how shit works there.
Now, trigonometry, is that any different? Have you ever used sine, cosine, tangent in,
I don't think
in your
so.
normal life? Did you even take that class?
No.
No? I've used it a little bit, especially when I was in college, because it just furthered it.
Yeah.
But even in normal life, I did use it to figure out different equations at work and things like that, because that was just something that I was interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
I think-
I was welding something and I was trying to figure out how many different pieces of metal I needed to weld it together.
See, it is used. Like, that's no different than me going, okay, I want to do this project. Let me see how many pieces I need to build this project. And then
Right.
writing out in my head, like, each bracket should be roughly this size.
Right.
So a lot of this stuff, I think, is just use common sense.
Yeah.
It's just, like, even if all you know is an easy measurement,
Mm-hmm.
if all I know is how to measure this table, I can still use all that math without realizing I'm using that math.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like it's a secret language that you don't know that you're using sometimes, and some people are aware of how to speak it, and some are just aware of how to do it.
So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to put here. A little combination in between you and I. You don't actually realize that algebra is part of daily life. It's secretly used. It's just simple math when you know bits and pieces of information. Trigonometry is a whole different beast.
Yeah, but I think you still use it.
You still use it every once in a while.
No different than I think. Like there's, okay, let's take like even the sciences, you know, like chemistry.
Yeah.
A lot of people say you wouldn't use chemistry. Okay, but if you're trying to grow something, or if you're trying to even make drinks, or anything really involving chemicals and liquid, you need chemistry.
I'm a chemist. I use chemistry.
You use it every day because of work.
Yes.
But we're talking everyday life.
Right.
Work is different because there's a lot of, you know.
Chemistry is knowing not to mix ammonia and bleach together to make sulfuric gas.
Yeah. Or like pest control, knowing what you're spraying is a big friggin' deal. Let's say you're a cleaning lady. You kind of got to know a little bit of chemistry to make sure you don't mix those together or know which chemicals work better on what.
Right. You don't use bleach on a black couch.
Right. That's chemistry. As much as that's common sense, that's still chemistry.
Right.
So
It came from somewhere.
yeah, exactly.
Somebody did not know that at some point that somebody
And figured it
figured it out.
Yep. And that's what I mean. So I feel like a lot of this stuff is just secretly used.
Yep.
You know?
All right. Let's send this one and then do one real simple one. This one's really fun. When did you start getting the hang of sex?
Oh, jeez. Like, really? It took me till I had...
A steady girlfriend?
Yeah. Okay, so like the early ones, you really don't know, right? Because you're just kind of... You're shooting in the dark, right? Because you're just trying to figure it out. You don't know what you're doing. Like, I'm pretty sure the mom I slept with didn't get the best, okay?
Well, you were drunk.
I was drunk. I was pretty young, 16, you know? Maybe even younger than that. I forget how old I was.
You were 18 because you were going in the military.
No, I think I still had long hair at that point.
No, I think...
I don't think I was going until later.
Well, whatever.
Either way. But, like... So, honestly, it took to the point where I had a comfortable partner where we could talk about this stuff and learn together.
Nice.
You know? And I think that's when your game really steps up.
And then you're able to use it for the next one?
Yeah. And you can be lazy. And the bad thing is you can get lazy to a point, once you guys know. But, I mean... Like, you really need an open partner to really help you, I feel like. Or you just need to be an open person.
Right, you
so,
need to
like,
tell people what you like.
Yeah, and you need to be at least with people who are willing to tell you, like, hey, you didn't do so hot. Because, dude, you just honey dick people they don't know. If you keep telling them they're doing good, why would they change? Sometimes you got to break the egg, you know? I'm sorry, but here's some stuff to improve.
Yeah, each person is different, too. Yeah. To where, like, you know, this one may like a focus on this.
Yeah.
And that one absolutely hates it because they had a bad experience.
Yeah, that one wants to the left, this one wants to the right. I've had girls who, like, didn't even want head because they've had either they thought it was gross or they've had a bad experience, and that's on them. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want...
Yeah.
So, it until you have a comfortable partner.
Right.
You can have it thousands of times, but if no one's correcting you and helping you out, you're not quite getting it. And as much as we want to just thrust in there and, like, really just kind of break our dicks, because, you know, with guys, it's, to me, I've always thought, like, with dudes, it's like that feeling of your head going in and it getting pressure, then going all the way, then you want to do that again, right?
Right.
Where girls, it's kind of like, it's more it being in there and rotating around, you know what I mean? And hitting the walls more. Which is okay, but that's not really the way guys like it.
Yeah.
We like to, like, put them at angles and, you know? It's just what we do. Maybe. Or maybe I'm talking more me. But I feel like, that's how, like, a lot of guys are. So it takes a while and a minute for you to even realize, like, oh, sometimes what I really enjoy is not enjoyable for the other person. Or as enjoyable as it could be.
So I'm going to guess that this person is... Younger.
Yeah.
And you're beating around the bush. On average.
Yeah.
5 years? 10 years?
It matters who
you...
No, that's what I'm saying. It could take you as long as until you get that steady girlfriend to help you out. That's what I'm saying. It takes two. So until you get that second one, it could take 20 years, bro. That's my point. There is no time limit until you find this person. So it takes as long as you find this person. Now we're using algebra because that's X for you.
Do you think there is a point in your life where you should already know?
Yeah, by the time you're in your mid-30s, you should already talked about it with somebody.
Thank you.
But some people don't have that. Some people are still virgins all the way up until they're 40. But I'm hoping by the age of 30, you've had a relationship and have talked about this. It really is. You got to get a good partner. And you guys don't even really have to date. I shouldn't say date, but like I said, you need to be comfortable enough to talk about what's going on.
Right.
Honestly, as a dude, like, you got to realize sometimes if you pop off early, you know, a lot of girls don't care. They're kind of fun. And as long as you're ready to go in a good amount of time.
Right. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to drop this here, and this is going to be it for it. It took time. It took time. It takes time.
Yeah, it takes time.
Thank you.
I mean, some stuff you're good at, like I've always been told my finger game. Don't know why. Some stuff you're just naturally good at,
I've been told my mouth.
See? I think it's the base plan. I really do.
I think it's all the eating.
There you go.
It takes time. It takes time until you have a comfortable partner to where you can talk it out and figure things out.
Yeah.
You also need to be open-minded and open-mouthed. Tell people what you want.
Yes.
Everybody is different also.
Yes.
Until you have somebody that will tell you the truth, it takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you are in your mid-30s, you should have had a relationship and talked it out to figure out what's good and bad.
Are you going to be perfect? No. But
you need a partner.
you need a partner, bro.
Yeah.
Can't do it by yourself. You can't just fuck some machine and just get really good at it. Sorry, dude. Sorry, brah.
All right.
I mean, maybe you could, but I don't know. That doesn't seem like the best way to do it.
Oh, we're helping people.
Helping people.
Ding.
Ding. Drew,
Yeah.
you ready to take us home?
If you keep it in your pants, yeah.
It's already out, though.
We're on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, and Google Comcast. Podcast.
I like that Comcast.
Podcast of the Lunch Table PBJ. That's probably how you're listening to us right now. So if you are, go ahead and doing that.
Go ahead and do that.
We're on YouTube and Rumble at the Lunch Table PBJ. That might be how you're watching us right now. So if you are,
Go ahead and doing that.
damn right. We're on Twitter at Lunch Table PBJ. That's how you can stay up to date with some of the stuff that we're doing, as well as join in our polls.
Oh, I love it when you join in our polls.
Yeah. You can also do that on Spotify.
I like gang polls.
Gangnam?
No, I like it when a gang of them vote on our polls. Like a gang vote. Yeah. On our polls.
We're on Facebook at the Lunch Table PBJ. That's how you can really stay up to date in everything that we're doing. Seeing when new episodes come out and joining in the conversation and telling us what you want. And seeing little pretty pictures of us.
I like that. I like to take pictures of Drew when he's sleeping.
Yeah?
Yeah. I haven't shown you yet.
I like to take photos of you when I knock you the fuck out.
Yeah, which happens a lot. That's why I haven't drank that crush you gave me. I know it's spiked.
Syringed it in.
You did. I see it. I see the hole.
We're on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to see little tiny videos of us, CJ takes care of those. He does a wonderful job. Quit being so modest.
I try.
Shut up.
I try.
Shut up.
They're
This is
not
my
that
plug.
good.
Shut up. We're on Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to be that person that opens CJ's mouth, make his jaw drop a little bit by giving a big donation. That's the way to do it.
I love big donations.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, donate me, baby. Donate all over me.
CJ, take us home.
Drew, thanks for being
Place
you.
is too perverted anyways.
Drew, thanks for being you. I love when you come up with all these good, fun shit like the YouTubes and the advice. Go you. People, thanks for stopping. Drew, do you have any advice you want to give to the people on their way out?
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
Simple but yet great.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine study your math because it's secretly used. Brush up on it a bit. Paw. Peace.
See ya.
Bye. See you later.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Bye. Have a wonderful